Yo, what's up, guys? Today we're doing chapter 1048 of One Piece, chapter titled 20 Years. And so this chapter, it's actually pretty exciting. Um, so we start off with Luffy versus Kaido. Luffy's his fist now looks like it's like a Gear Fourth punch. It's humongous. Um, we can see that like it's still like it's probably as fat as Onigashima. And so Luffy tells Momo to move Onigashima out of the way. Momo tells him it can't be done. And then um, he starts getting like a flashback. Or before that, he's looking at the sky at the punch. He then sees his sister, his mom, and Odin, and he bashes his head into into the side of Onigashima. It looks like. And so then we see Luffy and Kaido. Luffy looking down on Kaido. Kaido looking up at Luffy. Kaido tells him that he'll take this one head on. And then so basically, Odin or Kaido tells Odin or Kaido tells Luffy that you know the country's hero burnt to death 20 years ago. He's implying Odin. Luffy knows about it. Um, then he basically, I don't know if this might be like an awakening. I don't know. It's something. He goes into this like he's like basically a dragon made of like he just is covered in fire, and um, this makes Luffy pretty much stop. Uh, Luffy stops holding him like he was doing like last chapter. It burned him, but then he tells him that he assures him that he won't run from this attack, and that the attack won't hit him at all because it's gonna vaporize his hand. But then Luffy, he tells him he's not gonna let it happen, and then we have this amazing page where they both get their attacks ready. Luffy with his Gomu Gomu no, and Kaido with Rising Dragon. We then get a little flashback of again uh, when he was training with Old Man, and it's called Haki Ryuo Hirinwano, and then he's basically gonna try to use Ryuo. I guess it's like Ryuo with Conqueror's Haki, just so they won't touch, or like so he doesn't have to make contact. And then the panel after that, big panel, it looks really cool. It has the Flaming Dragon Kaido, doing his attack, and Luffy's attack going down on Kaido, and they're clashing. But we also see that they're not touching, and we can see like the shockwave it's causing. We see the black lightning. It's Conqueror's hockeyed up. And so Luffy's attack is called Bajrang Gun, and Kaido's is called Blazing Bagua. And so apparently, um, Luffy's attack is it's like it's inspired by Sun Wukong, and so it's like Monkey King Gun or something like that. And then we see Usopp and Hamlet. We see like after the water that came in, um, to save him. He dropped Kinemon and Kiku. We then see more, the samurais. They're like celebrating, like trying to hype up Luffy to like take Kaido down. And then we start seeing like flashbacks when Odin when he died. Like the retainers are going away. You see them running. Basically, like this won't end until Kaido is driven from Wano. Um, let's see. We see more. We see more like a flashback. Um, like when Odin died, and we see like Orochi and Kaido doubling down on the people, telling them to move. Um, and then we also see like the castle burnt down. We see the daimyo of all the regions. Um, we see them, ready to fight. People pretty much rebelled against Kaido and Orochi, and Kaido but pretty much like takes them all down with his Boro breath. And then obviously everyone knows Orochi's weak, but he has Kaido to back him up. Um, and then we just see like basically like the history of Wano, how like people had to, even though they fought back pretty late, if they had Odin's help, probably would have done a lot. But they we they didn't do anything. They did it too late. We see the factories, starting to be spread all over Wano. People being enslaved because they're strong samurai, but they can't take down Kaido. Kaido's too strong for them. We see the people being taken away from their house. Every able man goes to work. We see the rivers, all the poison going into it. They can't drink any more water. We see it's pretty much like just Wano turning to a wasteland. And then it's basically telling us like everything that like is going to happen isn't going to happen, like closing the borders. No one's gonna save you. And then we see like Orochi mocking the people that ate the defective smell fruits because they were hungry. And then we pretty much go down to Orochi and Komurasaki, and Orochi he had that nail inside of him, like attached to him the whole time, so he couldn't do anything. He was weak. And then once they like threw the water everywhere, um, I guess it like came loose. I think it was last chapter. And so he starts transforming. He's on fire. But then Orochi says that he's gonna take her with him. But then we said this last chapter. Denjiro's gonna come and cut his head, and it's precisely what happens. And I really like these parts, because we see Denjiro come in, and he cuts his head. But right after he cuts his head, um, the lanterns that people are throwing up, one of the lanterns reads, "Please make Orochi disappear." And I like, because that's what's happening, or it just happened. As soon as we see that, and then we go to the next panel. We see Orochi's head on the floor, and people are still throwing lanterns up. And we see two lanterns. We see like many other lanterns, but they're like not translated. But we see one that says, "Give me a sip of clear water and free us from this hell." And then we see the clash. We see the pretty much Conqueror's Haki clash between Luffy and Kaido, and it's just like a big white bright attack. We don't see Luffy's fists anymore, but it's probably because we're seeing it from the bottom angle. Um, and then that's where the chapter ends. They're basically just clashing, and I really like this because like I know I've said this past couple chapters, but I said it before. Like I expected this to last 2 chapters at most. It didn't happen. Um, but I did say one of the weeks ago. Uh, I said that I don't see Kaido making it out of this attack. I also made the theory that Kaido can't. If this is his awakening, if it turns out to be the case, I feel like he's gonna die, because I don't know. Like he's probably um he's at his limit, and so I think I think this is the final. Like this is this is a clash. Um if this doesn't take down Kaido, then I don't know how he's gonna take him out. But Kaido like has to pretty much be taken out by this right now. And if he falls into the ocean, that's another way he can die. Like, because Luffy's pretty much trying to like say that he's gonna send him straight to hell, implying like what's under Onigashima right now. It's probably a little bit of Wano, but they could probably throw him into the sea. Okay, who knows? But yeah, those are my thoughts for this chapter. As for things that might happen next chapter, I believe Luffy is gonna All right. So if it's not a Kaido and Luffy centric episode, um, I at least want to see some Kaido and Luffy in the background. They'll probably still be clashing. Momo, it would probably be like a Momo episode, trying to find the way to pull Onigashima out of the way. Um, but yeah, I I mean I don't know what more they can do with it other than like just move it out of the way next chapter. Um, but like I can see next chapter ending just like this one. They're still clashing. Momo like he found a way probably how to pull it. Um, and then the chapter after the next chapter, Luffy and Kaido. It's Luffy Kaido centric chapter, and there you go. Luffy pretty much beats Kaido. I can see that happening. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Like if this doesn't take down Kaido, I don't know what attack will. Like I feel like Luffy's at his limit too. Like couple chapters ago, uh he was pretty tired. He got out of his Gear 5 form, and then he went back into it. And so like I know he's not like he said it himself. He's not scared to death, but I mean, what else can he do? But yeah, those are my thoughts on the chapter and what might happen after. Make sure to check out my awakening video, as I do believe if this is like some sort of awakening, uh, this might be one of the ways he dies. Who knows? So this is chapter 1048, and have a nice day. Take care.